Well, good morning, everybody. It's Leanne Greff with today's live video, a free class I do every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time on my Facebook page, which is Flowerbugs Ink Spot. So if you're watching this live or replay or maybe later on YouTube, I'd love it if you could follow my page, follow me on YouTube, give me some hearts, some likes, comment, let me know you're here. I appreciate all of that. So let me get my laptop synced up here so I can welcome you and follow comments. There we go. Okay, good morning, Sharon. First one on. Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, I've got some kits here. Today started our kit sale, which is right here. So up to 30% off on, I think it's all of our kit collection. And you can see those only online. So that is where you find the kits collection. And yeah, there's tons. I bet there's well over 30 kits. Lately, each month, they've been adding a new kit. And we just got a new one. It is Christmas tags. So I think it's $11.70 for 15 tags, 3 each of 5 different designs. So I thought I'd just share a little bit. If you've never ordered a kit, I'm going to share. This one is the Robot Buddies, and it is a super fun kit. Comes with for 9 cards, and they're kids related or maybe grandparents or family given to kids, but this is what it looks like when it comes. So you get the whole kit. It has the gems, the block. These are all inclusive. The only thing you may need is adhesive and scissors. And this is the stamp set right here. If you can see that. Has a happy birthday, let's be friends, and 2 ink spots, Bermuda Bay and pumpkin pie. So all inclusive. It has everything you need. They're just super cute cards. So that's what our kit collection is like. Now this is a card kit. There's crafting kits as well. There's wreaths and birthday card organizers and lots of tags. There's 2 sets of Christmas tags that I know of. So this is another new one that was released last month. This is down to $11.70 for 9 cards and envelopes. They are slimline cards. This is another one that's, I think, $11.70. No stamping needed on these. So, and then this one, and I did change the greetings on it, mentioned last week, is, oh gosh, I don't know the price on this one, Forever Friends kit, but they're super cool with the foiled accents. So those are an example of what you can see online on our kits collection that is on sale all the way through August. So that is the current special. And remember also that the August starts our redemption of bonus days. So if you placed an order over $50 in July, you can redeem that with the code you were sent in an email. So those last through August, and please don't let them expire because they were only good in August, that coupon code. So if you earned one, make sure you look for your email, and if you didn't, contact Stampin' Up! To ask them for your code again. That's the only way to get it back. Your demonstrator cannot find the code for you. It only was sent to your email. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Okay, awesome. Let's get going. Let's start with our door prizes. So last week's prize was the Making Plans stamp set and a blue glue stand. Now we have a lot of different colors on my shop for glue stands, and what they do is they keep your glue down to the tip so you're not always shaking. Now you can use the other end as well. Not many people do. That is the wide tip, and you can spread your glue out. Most people use the fine tip, and I mean it works either, well, kind of either way, but it's meant to hold the glue down to the tip here. So anyway, winners are, I don't know if they're on yet. Yes, I see Joan is. So Joan, you won the glue stand. So I sent you a message that I need your mailing address so I can send that to you. And Kathleen won the stamp set. So congratulations, gals. Like I said, if you want to earn a door prize, comment and share and you'll be in the running for a door prize. So congratulations. Okay, now the door prizes for this video. This is a cardstock sampler with it's a year old. I don't think it has the recent colors in it, but it's a current, or I shouldn't say current, filled with samples of your cardstock that you can match. So yeah, this is the prize for commenting, and then for sharing, I have 3 blends. Now this is, let's see, Poppy Parade and Bermuda Bay and Soft Suede, and they are in new condition. So this is for sharing. So if you want some blends, markers, or a cardstock samplers, please comment and share on this video today. And I will let you know who won next week on the next week's video. So a little update on the inventory status of some items. The truck punch and the bow punch are both unavailable, I think, for a good month or long. The truck punch until October, which is really sad. But there's some dies. Let's Go Shopping dies, Zany Zoo, Timeless Arrangement dies, Gone Fishing, Carousel Horses, and Hey Chuck dies are all out of stock. Also, Tinsel Gems 4-pack are out of stock, and you cannot get that. The Bright 6x6 is also out of stock. That will be back, I think, in September. So low inventory. The Countryside Inn, Fresh as a Daisy designer paper are low inventory. They will likely run out of stock unless they have some coming soon. Earth and Texture dies, which I demonstrated last week, the vases, that's low inventory. Crafting with You dies, Cheerful Daisy dies, and Horse and Sleigh dies are low inventory. Textured Pieces, that's the ones with the, I think the wavy, anyway, it cuts your paper into many pieces and you can piece them back together, and they're stitched. The Textured Pieces dies and Deckled Rectangle dies are all low inventory. So that's just a few things. There's more, but those are the main things. Okay, what I'm going to play with today. Let's get to stamping. So I just got these in, and these dies are called Gorgeous Garden. So one is floral and one is leaves, and I decided to make a card for each to give you some ideas on how to use them. And you may have other dies that are similar, so these will give you ideas. And one is a new to me fun fold. It was actually included in my card kit to go last month. So if you ordered a card kit to go, you may want to watch this, because you will get the how-to on how to put that card together without having to go by instructions only. Okay, the stamp set I'm featuring as well is called Lasting Joy, and this is one of my favorites. I just think the greetings, one of the best, is hoping you for better days ahead. I mean, yeah, thinking of you, I missed your birthday wishes. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful you're in my life. I'm so sorry. You know, there's always in my heart, always thinking of you. There's all kinds of different things you can go. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I mean, that is like, sometimes you just don't know what to say. And that is a perfect thing for maybe cancer or a loss or something. Yeah, so it's a great set. Okay, so with the leaves die, I made this card. So what do you think? I think it's gorgeous. Now, I started with Lemon Lime Twist and Whisper White, Basic White. And yeah, this is a great Thinking of You card. So, so you'd think that this is Shaded Spruce. You'd think that I inked in Shaded Spruce. I didn't. It's very unusual, but I did not. Oh gosh, where is my little... here. Okay, here are the instructions or the measurements for this card. Very basic. I just took a piece of the Lemon Lime Twist cardstock and sponged it, and then make sure it fit within the card. So let's just put that right here. And I have a little piece of paper here that I'm going to sponge on so I don't make a huge mess on my grid paper here. Okay, so as you know, if you know me and watch my videos, I like to die cut ahead of time so it just saves some time. So I did die cut this, not the best idea because when I made this card, it was a flat piece of cardstock, a lemon lime twist cardstock, so I don't move or bend any of these pretty die cut leaves. So we'll see how soft I can be when I do this. But I actually sponged with Blueberry Bushel, and it turned into not pretty peacock, but shaded spruce. So blue and green makes green, and makes a dark green, I guess. So this is the right, no, here is the correct blending brush. So I'm gonna start off the paper, and I have to use a really light hand here because I don't want to bend any of my leaves. So you can see it's turning a dark green, and I'm just going to sporadically add color here. And I could even use a lighter hand and not keep going, but I'm trying not to press too hard so it doesn't bend my leaves. Always when you ink, start off your paper. That's why I'm kind of going into the center here a bit. And it doesn't matter if you rub or tap. I tend to do a little bit of both. So off the paper and slowly work your way on. And just add a little bit of color here and there. Just, isn't that pretty? I love the greens. Yeah, I'm glad these are on your wish list, Sharon. They are very, very pretty. And I don't know, the green, let's see. I think I want to maybe continue this one right here. I think I'm gonna stop. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, but because it turned, I would say, shaded spruce, which is this little piece right here. See, it just about matches perfectly. That's why I grabbed him like, well, what color is that? Now that I created something. Okay, so now to put this on, I'm gonna grab my gold folder and make sure my card is laying flat. Now the one thing about blending and using brushes is sometimes you're holding it and you're getting ink on your fingers. So far so good. I didn't get too much on my fingers. Okay, so if you're worried about, oh boy, I didn't stamp yesterday, and it just figures. See if I can get this going. Yep, I usually check that before my video, but I didn't. And this little thing doesn't go in. Usually I use a needle, but I don't have my needles near me. I guess I'm gonna have to get them. Yep, hold on a second. I'll show you what I do. Because I'm sure this happens to a lot of you. Well, I have this old container that I colored pink on the edge, so I know what it is. And I just keep some of these hat pins in here, and it's right on my desk because this happens a lot. And sometimes you have to go in all the way and just kind of, my eyes. Okay. Boy, there must be a really nice clog. Usually once and you're done. Now I'm gonna be, there we go. Now I'm gonna be all gluey. But that's how I solve that issue. Oh, and then sometimes it keeps coming and spreading, and then just spread it around a little bit. I try and catch a lot of the edges when I do this. You can see I'm kind of swiping. I do prefer to not have dots or globules, I guess you'd say. Is that a word, globules? I think it is. And then kind of just swipe it on so it doesn't leach out or leak out around the leaves. So I didn't even get much of the frame. Oops, there, I got some on my grid paper. Don't want that. I don't like to work with gluey paper. Okay, Now I pick this up, and I could use my silicone mat as well. Now hopefully this is the right size. Yeah, there's just a little bit of an edge. Because I didn't have large amounts of glue, it didn't leak out anywhere. So yeah, that looks pretty good for an edge. And then here I'm just going to add my shaded spruce strip just to finish up this edge, because the die isn't exactly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and so there is a little bit of discrepancy on this side. Okay, all right, that looks pretty good. A little bit extra here. I always turn it over when I'm cutting off so I can use the edge as a line. Oh, I'll have to use my adhesive eraser to get that rid of that. Okay, this piece right here that I used on the card is from the, let's see, Nested Essential Dies. So that's, I think, the medium one right there. Okay, there's one on the back too. So there's 4 of each. I love these dies. These are awesome. And then the circle, the stitch circle, is from the Stylish Shape dies. So, in fact, I used a little bit more than a half a circle on that one, but I'm gonna just still use it here and add that. So I really like the all green look of this card, of the leaves, the shades of green. Okay, so now get out my shaded spruce ink pad so it matches, and we will see how straight I can stamp today. There's a right and a wrong side. You know, the wrong side you feel more of the stitches. The right side is a little bit smoother. Thank you, Linda. You're awesome. I love I'm glad you guys like my projects. Okay, there's the always. And here is the thinking of you. How many of you prefer the clear, the photopolymer, so you can see right through there? It is nice for greetings, I really do, and for 2-step stamping, that's my favorites. Okay, set that aside, open up the lemon lime twist, and add just a little bit of the greenery on the edge there, just for a little something. Okay, and then in the inside, before I add that, here is, see if I can keep my ink straight. Too open is kind of dangerous, isn't it? Okay, hoping for better days ahead. Okay, I always stamp off before I clean in my my chamois, because then my chamois stays cleaner while I work. If you don't stamp off, this has to be rinsed off a lot more often. But if you do stamp off, it's much, it stays cleaner while you're working. And then just a little bit, another little bit of leaves here off the corner. Okay, close these up before I get in trouble. The next card I'm gonna do, if you have little time, I hope you come back and watch it, because it is a really cool fun fold card. I didn't pre-do my bow, but I will do that really quick. This is our, let's see, Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and you can see I've used a lot of it. It has a lot of neutrals plus black and white, vanilla, crumb cake, I think gray granite, I think. So when I do my bows, I don't cut off. I use the whole spool. I just do bunny ear method. So 2 ears, fold it over. Now I have 2 ears and a face, and then I just fold 1 ear inside, and I end up with quite an ugly bow until I pull the ends. So I hold the knot, and then I pull. Twine is not a good thing to practice on. If you are not proficient at bows, practice with a nice friendly ribbon instead. But basically I just keep holding the knot and pulling. And then if the twine is notorious for folding over. So I end up kind of pulling and readjusting often with twine bows. So there's that. And we'll add some dimensionals to this. Okay, this is a very fast card, I think. I think it's a pretty card too. Okay, and I press my twine on the glue dot, lift it up. Then I like to fold over that glue dot because I don't want it to catch on the inside of the card or the envelope. So I make it quite the miniest glue dot I can do. Oh. And oh, my fingers are sticky from working with that glue. There we go. Okay, there's our card. I called it the leaves card. That's quite imaginative, isn't it? So, oh, I didn't add the sequence. So this is the adhesive back sequence trio. It has pink, a pretty peacock, and white. And surprisingly, the peacock looks very close to shaded spruce. So I like that our colors can be used for multiple colors. So we'll add a large one here and maybe a couple small ones here and here. Okay, so that's that card done. So we played with that die. So next is this one. Wait till you see this card. Just love it. I don't know if I like it. Well, I do. I like it as well. All right, so we will change, and this is called the double-decker card. I think Susan Campfield may have made the first one of these. But here is the card. So see how it's a double-decker? There's a little box in the center of under this layer. There's a little box. I'm going to show you how to do that. But look at that. Now I'm going to change this up a little bit. I hope I cut out all the right pieces. I'm just going to change it up a little bit. But isn't that beautiful? So the colors that I use, you're probably curious about that first, is Tahitian Tide, Gorgeous Grape, and Blueberry Bushel. So those are the colors that I chose. Love blues and purples and blues and greens, and those are my wheelhouse. So, oh yeah, that would be really pretty, Carolyn. Autumn colors for this card. Oh, great idea. Love that. Thank you. Gave me an idea for another time. Okay. All right, so I'm going to scoot this aside. Got lots of tips for you on this card. And like I said, I hope I did it right. I'm going to, so I did die cut. Like I said, I like to die cut ahead of time just so it is one less step and my videos are not as long. So I am going to color on this piece instead of this because as you saw before, I had to be really careful and it would have been fine. It worked fine before, but I want to try something different and color under and put the white over. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I do multiple colors, I tend to use the darkest first. So I guess I'm going to start, because this had the blue, I'll start here and maybe turn it over. So this is really, really dark. It's just either my brush is well filled or something, but it is very dark and it's coming across, and maybe I'm pushing too hard, but not as smooth as I would like. And that could be because of the pressure I'm using, or I just didn't get a smooth inking on my brush. So, but darker are a little hard to get smooth than lighter inks. That's just the way it is. So, all right, one more little bit over here, I think. And that's another reason I do this on the edge, this color, because I cannot seem, I don't know if it's, I need to clean my brush probably. Can't seem to get as smooth of a look with this color. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over and start with The next darkest color to me is the Gorgeous Grape. But I kind of think I don't have it as well inked as it could be. So this normally is a very dark color. So, but it doesn't seem to be as dark. I'm needing to color a lot or add color more, but it is easier when it's not as well inked as also. So I'm not aiming to get a strong color. I think that blue is strong enough. And I'm gonna try and lightly go into the blue and get some of this center. Get some purple in here. And a little here. I need to save room for my last color. So I should have done some of this ahead of time to save time. Okay, that's it. And the last color, I'm gonna leave that open for later, is the Tahitian Tide. I try not to go in the same area, and this one is again needing to be re-inked. Should be a lot brighter than this, but I didn't want to do that before the video, so I'll do it after the video. Should do it during the video. How many of you have trouble or don't know how to ink your ink pads correctly? And not that I know the correct version, I know my version, and some of my experienced stampers do it very similarly. So, so yeah, hopefully it's the correct way. Oh, good. I'm glad it's helpful. Yeah, I always finish with the light so I can go over some of the dark and not, I think it's harder to add dark later. As you can see, I'm really having to pick up a lot of ink for this one. I'm probably trying to rush too. But you'll notice, even on that piece, it wasn't as smooth, but once you die cut it, or in this case, cover it up, you'll see it doesn't matter. So if you struggle with blending and get it, you can see this is not perfect. There's messy spots and parts that didn't blend well and smears, but just wait. I think it'll be okay, because once we put the die cut over that, see how it just kind of softens all those lines? Isn't that beautiful? So once again, here we go with the glue. So this one's maybe a little bit easier. I don't know why. I don't worry about getting every little area, but I don't want it popping up or sticking up either. So a little bit more on the edges on this one, but it goes very fast. As long as you do some smears or some small dots, you should be just fine. Get some of the edges. Okay, that should be good. And then find a place you didn't add glue. And I hopefully made this just slightly larger than the other one, so it covers up all my edges. Okay, I need to scoot it over just a little bit this way. And that's the nice thing about the liquid glue, is you can kind of just manipulate it slowly. Isn't that beautiful? So this is now going to go inside the card. So I made it just slightly smaller. It's too bad that you don't see all of it, but yeah, that's that. Now inside here is vellum. Now, oh, I covered up my vellum, so hold on, let me uncover. I want to just show you. This is called, oh, I want an ink pad. This is called the Vellum Basics. And it has both polka dots or 3 different stripes and leaves. So I don't know if you can even see those. No, that doesn't help. I don't have anything dark by me. Anyway, that is the Vellum Basics in the annual catalog. So I'm going to color that as well. Now the only thing I'm having trouble with is figuring out which side. I think it's this side. So I want to color this one. Okay, same thing. I need to get my blue ink. which fell on the floor. Scoot this away. I could have done this beforehand. I don't know why. Oh, wrong color. I just inked my purple in my blue. Well, we'll see. So this goes a lot faster. Because it's smaller, for one thing. Yeah, that blue is not blending well. I don't know why. I'm not going to add too much of it. Okay, let's try the purple. Now that I got blue in here, we'll see what I get. Pretty purple. Depends on how dark you like it. I chose very dark colors. Well, in my mind, these are vibrant dark colors. Most of these are in the brights. Tahitian Tide is, of course, an in color. So. And you could stamp on the back of vellum. You can, I really like to add these multicolors. I wanted to pair in the inside, and we didn't have a designer paper that had these colors in it, and I didn't want just one color, so I decided to do vellum and add the colors that way. Okay, there's way a lot of colors. Okay, there we go. You see how the difference there, you don't see the stripes, here you do. And all my blending oopsies, or I guess you'd say I know, not very smooth, is kind of disappeared. So once you put it on white, that's when your colors will pop out. Otherwise, they're just kind of bland. So what I do here is just a very thin bit of glue for vellum. And because, I don't know, it just doesn't show with the stripes. So, well, hopefully it doesn't show. I can see it's picking up some of my sponge color. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it might show a little bit, but that side will hopefully be, yeah, weird. Didn't show before, but I bet I let it dry before. So when you want to burnish your glue, turn it over so you don't get your hands all inky. Not bad. All right, let's get to our box. So this box piece is 3.5 by 4 inches long. It could be any length you want, but I chose 4. And then you score it every 3/4 of an inch. So this is your little box, and you have to have a flap, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and bone fold these so the box folds well. Okay, now to make a box, it's helpful if you fold that over. Actually, I want this on the bottom. Doesn't really matter, nobody's gonna see it, but hold it flat when you're making a box like this, and then just fold that flap onto your glue, that flap. So then right away, I like to fold it on all sides so it actually lays flat with the card. All right, so our first step is, I'm gonna lay that like that, is to add the inside. And this is a fun fold card, so my score line is right there, so I can't add that on that side. All right. Now, this is gonna go like this. And I textured this with one of the Basics 3D embossing folders. Those are in the online store. And we will add that to the front. I wouldn't have to do this now, but it's sitting there and I don't want to lose it or get ink on it. So that adds that pretty texture. And then our box. Okay, so I like to always put my, what I would call the wrong side in, so when people are looking, they don't see that. So I'm going to, my fold line is right, here's the corner. So I'm going to put that there. So I will add ink on this side, or I mean glue. And put that in there. fold it flat right away, and then press and burnish that so that holds there. Now I want to add glue to this side. It's really a neat layered fun fold double-decker card. So now I'm gonna support that because it's still drying. Then this piece goes on top of that. And it does not have to be a scallop. This is from the Scallop Contour Dies. It could just be any rectangle or any pop-up. So I'm going to look at this and kind of make sure my top and bottom are correct. There we go. Okay, so on this card, and I suppose I could stamp this, at least some of it. I just don't want my videos to be so long. I know some of you power through it, and good for you for hanging in so long. I worry that it's getting a little long. So it's a birthday card. So I'm using the stitch circles from the Stylish Shapes dies. This fits perfectly. May the years ahead be filled with lasting joy. Also a good marriage card, wedding and anniversary. Okay, so move that away. And the other one, the front, has the birthday wishes. And I'm gonna change my tune and stamp it in, no, I'm gonna stick with the blue. The blueberry bushel, because otherwise I don't have any blueberry bushel on the front. So now where did I put my stamp? Right here. All right. Birthday wishes, stamp off, and then add some flowers. Now I have a tip for you. So you know how purple stains your stamps? Purples and reds, they will stain your photopolymer stamps very nicely. And then, they still work fine. This is one that I did stain using, I think, purple. But you can get away from that by inking first in your Versamark. I'm going to try and plan this the right way. There's a rhyme or reason to the leaves image on here. So first in Versamark, then in your purple, and then stamp. And that gives a little coating to, I'm going to clean in my chamois, gives a little coating to your photopolymer stamps. It still works just fine. It does not ruin your gorgeous grape or your classic ink pad, but it gives just a little bit of a, like I said, a coating, so it does not stain. So this one's already stained, but I'm going to do the same thing. A single flower and stamp that up there, and maybe another one down here, and then clean. Like I said, this one was already stained, but it didn't get worse. Okay, now close these ink pads up and get into the leaves. These anti-shoe top. Now I know that leaves are not purple or turquoise, but in my world today they are. So this is an interesting stamp. It took me a little while to figure out where this goes so it hits all the flowers. Didn't get that one, but I can maybe fix that by, no, maybe not. This one is going to be here, and this one will be here. Okay. All right, so we have our stamping done. So what I did, you might notice these little flowers right here, is I die cut a second white one, sponged it, and had color and leftover pieces. And I thought, I only did part of a piece of cardstock, and I had all these little pieces, and it just took a little bit of a trimming with the paper snips to get some of these separate flowers. So I thought it turned out really pretty. Okay, we will add dimensionals to the back of this. Here's one. And I tend to do a oh, I did the wrong side. I can see my stitches. Let's see if I can get this off. can see my stitches were wrong-sided. Yep, came off pretty good. And I think they'll still be fine. So this one goes on here. All right. So in the center here, I did push that way in because I wanted more of the vellum to show. So I'll just add that and kind of open it up, try and get it straight. And I don't like it centered. I don't think things look their best when they're centered, but now I want it to be straight. So, and I wanted this to cover that up. As you open the card, I want that to be revealed. Okay, isn't that a cool card? So I know I will have my adhesive here, and definitely want that covered. Okay, there we go. Almost done. And I thought this was a really pretty flower, so just have to avoid my dimensionals. And then I think I'm just gonna do this one. So what I did was just put some adhesive on the tip because the rest kind of hangs out. Can't tell if I'm getting any out. Just lift that up. Oh. Okay, and then this, oh, I took it with. Well, okay. See if I can get that back in the right spot. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, now I think I found it. I don't want it to go beyond the edge of the card. Okay, there we go. I did add some little pearls. I don't need to do that, I guess, but I added some iridescent pearls to the center of each flower, but you can see that right here. Aren't they pretty cards? What do you think about the colors? So Gorgeous Grape, Blueberry Bushel, and Tahitian Tide. Yeah, I'm glad you liked the idea with the Versamark. Somebody, I don't know where I heard that, but it does help prevent your staining. As you can see, this was inked in purple. There is no stain there. So, and it does help to clean it right away, of course, as well. So yeah. And I thought I could add another flower right here. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? I think I'll do it. Oh, sometimes I can get carried away. I have people that get on after me like, you have, stop, you don't have to keep adding. It's just fun. Okay, so that's the double-decker card, and that was the stamp set, if you just joined us, is Lasting Joy. So if you just joined or caught me in the middle, this is the other card that we did. So two pretty cards with the garden, let's see, Gorgeous Garden dies. They're in the annual catalog. One is floral and one is leaves. So which do you like better? I'm curious. I don't even know which. They're not terribly different. This one I die cut the sponged piece, and this one I sponged under the die cut. You know, you don't see much. It's kind of a peekaboo, a little bit of that background, but it could be quite busy otherwise. And I think that just softens it, that you don't see it all. So I don't know. I almost think I like this one better, but they're both pretty. Okay. Oh, I have to share with you my, I did finish my kits to go for the month, and thank you all who helped me decide on my my paper. I was just having trouble deciding which paper I wanted to feature. I usually start with a designer paper, and this time I chose, thanks to people's help, the Earthen Textures, Earthen Elegance. And so that is kind of quite a, almost a fall or a neutrals colors. So here are the cards that I did. We got a little bit of pink in here. This is the Moody Mauve. See if I can get all these in here. So this is what I came up with for my kits to go. This is one of them. I'll show you the next one in a little bit. So this will be on my shop, my flowerbugshop.com, shortly today. I'm almost done with the tutorial for it. So yeah, you receive a portion of the, let's see, these are the neutral adhesive back sequins and some of the trim. This is the, let's see, here's a good, this is the natural wavy trim that is in the catalog. So you get some of that, you get all the die cuts, everything is cut. Some of them are fun fold cards. So, so yeah, and you get envelopes as well. I did use some foil papers on quite a few of them. So yeah, that is one kit, and thank you so much for your help making me decide which paper to use. The other kit I decided to make is the Bright and Beautiful cards. This is Memories and More kit, all upside down, and it's a lot of celebratory cards that yeah, so beautiful, and you do get these gorgeous envelopes as well. So it comes with 4x6 cards that are 4 1/4 by 6 actually. They're nice large cards. You get a couple spools of twine and rhinestones, and there is no stamping needed. A little bit of cutting. Some of the cards I cut up, but otherwise you just need adhesives. You get some dimensionals as well as the twine and the rhinestones, plus all the envelopes. So 10 cards, envelopes, and all the rest. But otherwise, you just use the Memories and More kit, and it comes with these greeting stickers and whatnot as well. So it's a great kit for quick crafting, so bright and pretty. Yeah, so those are my 2 kits this month at my shop. So if anybody needs to order anything, you can use my host code there. My website to order is called stampwithleanne.com. So you can just type in Stamp with Leanne, you'll get right to my store. And this is for my kits and my glue stands and whatnot. So, all right, I think that's it for today. So hopefully you enjoyed the cards that we did and the blending technique and the double-decker card. All right, thanks everybody. I will see you next Tuesday. Okay, thank you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.